Hey everybody, welcome back to Prepper Junkie. Today I'm very excited to bring to you a PSA AK-103 clone. This is a beautiful AK made by Polymer State Armory. So we're just going to go ahead and dive on in, give you my thoughts on it. We'll show you the internals and then final thoughts. So what comes with the rifle? It comes with this 130 round Gen 2 PMag, if your state allows it. It comes with a little Polymer State Armory sticker. Always nice to have the stickers. And it comes with a user manual and a gun lock. Okay, so let's do butt to tip, and then yeah, so let's go from there. All right, so it comes with this polymer, polymer furniture. This is the black version. So we have the stock here with a metal end plate right here. It does have a little hole in the back here so you can store something, whatever you want. On the other side here, we have a sling attachment, always handy. Moving up, we have obviously the dust cover and the receiver. The receiver with all the rivets look very nice. The fit and finish on these is excellent. Again, this is the safety, and it does have an extended safety lever part here, so it's really easy to manipulate with the index finger, which is super helpful. On the other side, we have this rail part here. This is to mount a side rail. So basically what you do is you would attach it, and then it basically has a Picatinny rail that will sit up here, not on top of it. It will just sit just above your dust cover, so you can attach an optic to a 1913 rail. Again, if you want to put one on, but it's a really handy feature. Then this is also the charging handle. The bolt and the carrier and the front trunnion are all hammer forged, so excellent quality parts that are going to last. Moving up, we have the gas block, and again, this is the polymer finish. This is the black. Again, the fit and finish is very, very nice. We have the standard AK rear sight here, which it goes out to 800 yards. With my eyes and using iron sights, I ain't hitting 800 yards, but they do have the option if you're younger and you have some better eyes than me. So moving up, this is your gas block. We have the front post right here. And then we have the clone brake on the front here. And we'll show you how to change these out. It's very, very easy. For a long time, PSA was not sending these with cleaning rods, but it does have a cleaning rod nowadays. So thanks for that. So you don't have to go out and buy one. On the other side here, there's another tab for your sling attachment right there. Okay, so let's touch base on the barrel. This is actually an FN barrel, which is very nice to hear. It is stamped with FN and 762x39. It is a cold hammer forged chrome lined barrel. So it's a very, very nice barrel. FN makes excellent barrels, and I'm very happy to see that they've put that barrel on this rifle. The barrel twist rate is 1 in 9.5 twist. Again, super happy with the barrel. Overall, that is the outside of the rifle. So what we'll do is I'll go ahead and change the camera angle so I can show you some close-ups of some of the features, the trigger, and the internals. So let me change the camera angle and we'll do that right now. All right, so here we are. Now you can get a little bit of a closer look and you can see for yourself the fit and finish on this AK is beautiful, very nice job. So what we'll do is we'll do the trigger first. We'll show you we'll go over the trigger pull, how it feels, the brake, the reset, and then we'll see what the trigger pull weight is. And then we'll break down the AK. So let's rack that, and let's have a look at this trigger here. So it's a single stage, so we have a little bit of take up, kind of a long take up, and a very nice crisp audible break. Let's try the reset. It's got quite a bit of let, it's gritty, quite a bit of let out, and an audible tactile brake on that. The trigger's okay. I mean, obviously it's going to function, but it is kind of gritty. It's got kind of a long take up and reset. If I were you, I would invest in an AK-LG trigger. They're not very expensive, all things considered, and it's just a far superior trigger. So that would be my recommendation for that trigger. But let's go ahead and do the pull weight. so you guys have an idea. It does feel pretty light, but let's see what it comes out as. We're going to use a Wheeler digital scale. We're going to put that on the trigger. This trigger's pretty dang curved, so it's kind of hard to get a good grip on it. Okay, that came out at 2 pounds 11 ounces, so just shy of a 3 pound trigger pull. Let's do a second one to make sure that that is indeed accurate. So let's try and get it on the same place. Exactly 2 pounds 11 ounces again. So it's a very light trigger for sure. And as I say, the lightness is nice, and it's got a lot of nice features. If you're not a trigger snob, you probably won't care. But if you're used to nicer triggers, as I say, it's got quite a bit of take up. It's a little gritty. In my honest, I would probably upgrade it. They're pretty easy to change out. There's lots of tutorials how to change an AK trigger on YouTube, but I would change that to an ALG trigger. Just my personal preference to you guys. Okay, so trigger is done. So what we'll go ahead and do now, if you're new to AKs, which you may or may not be, to take down the dust cover, there's this little button at the back here. So it's pretty simple. You're just going to push that button into it, clears the dust cover, so it goes all the way in. And sorry, this might be hard to kind of, without me trying to cover this here with my hand. So you're going to make sure that's all the way in. It passes that dust cover, and then you're just going to lift it up, and it simply comes off like so. This is your guide rod and spring, and this is your carrier, and the bolt is inside. So to take this down, you're just going to push this forward until that slips off. Now at the bottom of here, there's 2 lips that stick out, and then there's 2 tabs here. So essentially what happens is when you put this on and off, it's just sliding in and out. So once that's in, it's under these tabs, keeps it in place, push it forward, take those tabs out. Okay, pull your guide rod and spring out, and then you can see the trigger mechanism here. Let's push that down so I can take the bolt out. So again, pretty easy to take out if you wish. Now you're going to pull the bolt back until you get back here a little further and lift this out. As I said, these are hammer forged. These are all quality parts, and that is done. And then to take the gas tube off, there is this lever on the side here. What you're going to do is you're going to lift that up. And again, it's going to be a little hard to show this on camera, but if you turn it too far, you'll see a lip that starts moving out like this, and you won't be able to lift it. So you want that lip to be even like that. If it's not even, you won't be able to take the gas block off. So as long as it's even, you should be able just to pull up on your gas block and pull it out like so. And that is your gas block. Put that to the side. And that's pretty much as far as I'm going to strip this down. But as you can see, that is it. And this is your front trunnion up here. It's stamped, and it's stamped serial number and stamped in 762, which obviously is the caliber of the rifle. And there you go. Very cool. All right, let's actually do one more thing here and show you while we have a close-up. Okay, so to take off the brake at the front here, there's a little detent right here which you would push in, and then you would simply, if I could turn it the right way, and then you're going to just turn this, and then eventually you'll pass that detent and you can unscrew it like so. So if you want to change this part out, you can. And obviously to put it back on, screw it back on like so, and then you're going to hit the detent. So what you'll need to do is push that detent all the way in and turn the brake like so, and that is it. And the detent locks back in. There's a little gap there, locks your brake back into place. Very, very simple. I wish ARs were that simple to change out, but they're not. So yeah, very cool. I like how easy it is to change the brakes or flash hiders on your AK. All right, to put it back together, you're just going to go in reverse. So to put this back in, you're going to make sure that this is level again. You're going to put the front piece in first, and then down on the back end, and then push the knob down to lock it in place. You're going to take your bolt and your bolt carrier, put the end piece in here. Now you're going to slide this in, but you need to make sure when you put it in, there is basically a area right here where these tabs will go in. so it locks in place. And then once it, oh, the other side didn't go in. And then just push that in like so. Going to take your guide rod and spring, you push that in, and then as I said before, you're going to use those 2 tabs and put them under those 2 lips like so, and that is in place. I think honestly the hardest part of putting an AK back together is dust cover. I know people are like, yeah, whatever, but I always have trouble with these. So you're going to put it on at the back, make sure that the button is there, push that down, push it forward so it sits and there's a lip. So once it's in like that, just give a little bang on the end, and then the button will pop right through. There may be an easier way to do it, but that's how I do mine. So, all right, so we are back together. All right, so now we've gone over the internals, the external. Let's touch base on magazines real fast. So I told you it comes with a Gen 2 Magpul PMag, which lock in place just fine. Actually, in fact, PSA came out with their own version of a waffle mag, so I'm a little disappointed they didn't include that with this. Maybe they will in the future. They literally just came out with them, but they do come with the PMag at the time of posting this video. I have a Gen 3 here which has the steel lip on the back. Now this isn't a big deal. A lot of AKs kind of not have issues, but some things always kind of require minor fitting sometimes. So when I rock this in, this one will not lock into place with the Gen 3 on certainly on my 103. So I mean, it's just a simple taking some shavings off the back of this metal lip to make it fit. But just be aware, if you get an AK and you get some mags that don't fit, they might just require a little minor fitting. It's not a big deal, and in fact, it's just kind of part of AKs. So. Okie dokie. Let me put this mag back in. There we go. So, what's my thoughts on the 103? I really like it. I told you at the beginning of the video, I think the fit and finish is excellent. It has a really, the barrel is fantastic, being an FN barrel. All the rivets, stamp marks, the bolt carrier, everything looks fantastic. PSA really has been improving their AKs. I think that they're one of the top AK manufacturers in the US, not worldwide, but in the US they are definitely they're definitely up there. It's very, very good. They're making some really quality products. They have a lifetime warranty on them, which is really nice. Price point, you're looking about $1,000, and I think honestly, in this market that we're in at the time of this posting, I think that's a really, really good price for what you're getting. So do I recommend it? Yes. Is there anything I would change on it? I already touched base. I'm not super keen on like the grip and the buttstock. I'm not super keen on, but just like any other firearm, change it out. You know, if you don't like it, change it. You know, it's simple to do. It's pretty inexpensive. You know, it's held on by like a screw here and there, and yeah, very easy to change out. I'm not a huge fan of the trigger. I think it's a decent enough trigger that, again, if you're not used to playing with higher end triggers, you're not going to notice. But if it was me, and if I was in your shoes, I would invest in an ALG trigger. I can't remember the cost of them. They're less than $100. So compared to like ALG is a sister company to Geisley, but Geisley AR triggers, you know, you're paying $200 plus depending on the trigger. But you can put an AK ALG trigger in here for less than $100. Highly recommend it, and it's pretty easy to do. So yeah, shooting it was just awesome. Ran flawlessly. Obviously, again, I've mentioned this in my other videos, I'm not shooting as much as I would like, or putting as many rounds through these as I would like, because of the price of ammo, and the availability of ammo is just not there right now. But from what I did shoot with it, it was a pleasure. It shot just great. Absolutely no complaints. So, do I recommend it? Yeah, good to go. If you have any questions, any comments, please leave them below. I'm always happy to help out wherever I can. And if you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, please do so. It doesn't cost you guys a dime, but it really helps me out, and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And that's it. All right, folks. Until next time, I'll catch you later.